and I'm watching through to see where I need to, snip it or clip it or what I need to take out or keep in, and I'm going like this. And when I wake up, it's like all the way through the clip, and I need. Good day. I'm not going to say morning, afternoon, or night because I have no idea what time you're watching. And here it's afternoon. Good day. This is Glenda aka GK Fralin, coming to you from Wymore, Nebraska, and my living room with its crooked pictures and all. I did not give my nap this morning because I waited until this morning to edit my video instead of editing it last night and then uploading it this morning. I still could have got about the same amount of sleep, I suppose, but I don't know. I decided I was just going to go to bed earlier last night. I don't know that I actually did, but I decided I was going to. So this morning I took my meds, and then I'm sitting here and I'm trying to edit this video, or vlog, or video for today. The one that you watched yesterday. Yeah. When I uploaded that I'm talking about from yesterday. And I'm watching through to see where I need to, snip it or clip it or what I need to take out or keep in. And I'm going like this. And when I wake up, it's like all the way through the clip and I need to redo it. So, where'd it go? Anyway, it took me a little while. A long while to get that edit done, and then by the time I did and finally got it uploaded, I was still having problems. I was sitting there trying to type the information. Well, no, this was when I started the upload. I was trying to type the information in on the export form to. And I have this tendency when if I doze off and my finger's on the keyboard, you get one of two letters. You get a row of L's or you get a row of O's. Or several rows. Anyway, so if anybody out there can identify with falling asleep at the computer in the middle of doing something important, but I just hope. I looked at today's and I did notice that glare. And I also noticed I wasn't real interesting, but maybe I wasn't so bad. I don't know. We're always harder on ourselves, right? Anyway. So I have put the feelers out and I really hope people will respond. I really would like you to subscribe to my channel. And I like participation. I don't like being just me with, I know it's only my face here on the video or vlog, but I don't like just being my boring self all the time. I like to talk interactively with you. And most of the time, the way I do that here is through stories or reading comments or, I mean, if I'm going to read comments, I usually put something out there that, that I'm going to do a comments vlog or something. Because it's so interesting, the things you guys have to say. And, I could sit here and drone on about my living room and crooked pictures forever, and it's going to be the same old thing over and over again. And I mean, this last week we've been concerned about my oxygen saturation because I finally got me an oximeter, so that's just made me more aware of it. But anyway, I put feelers out, and I really do. The part of what I am hoping to get participation is I have put a short story challenge out, and we do this periodically. If you go back and you look, and I'll put one on the end here where they'll, or somewhere so that, you can go and back and see. But I do the story vlogs. Some of them have been my own stories. And a lot of times they're just little flash stories and they're just ridiculous. But those are generally the ones that I write. I will give you, like, tell me, give me a name of a dog and a weird name for a person, that kind of thing. And anyway, but I've written serious stories too. But usually they've got a, usually I put a fun component. But the ones you guys send me are so cool. And, I just love it. And I do always attribute who that story was written by. And I don't know those who are, and I think it's the same person, but using different names or having friends do it for them. If you're going to just say, I like your vlog, please share my link. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say I'm totally innocent of that. When I first started out, I didn't know how to get people to my deal, but I actually watched their vlog. And I actually know what their vlog is about. I never just went willy-nilly from one vlog to another saying, oh, you're gorgeous, I love it, that tells me you don't know anything about what is on my vlog. Or at least that's the impression I get. If you do, you might say something about the vlog. Anyway, sorry, that was my little rant, and it's over. But I really would love to have you guys start sending me stories, because then I know you've watched this vlog. You know that I want your stories. How does that work, huh? Okay, bad sarcasm. Anyway, enough of that. I will think of something a little more interesting later on my end. On your end, the 12 Days of Christmas. That's the thing where the ideas came from for this one. Is that if you don't know the words of the song 12 Days of Christmas, look it up. You're on YouTube. It'll be here somewhere. But just, take an item or items from one or two of those days and just make any kind of a story out of it. Doesn't have to be anything to do with Christmas. Just, Anyway, you'd be surprised at what people come up with. You'd be so surprised. I'll put up one of the elephant stories, and we had a couple of elephant stories. And when I put that idea out, and they were just so good. They were just so good. And totally different. I gave the same exact elements to everybody, and on that one, instead of just, go read the 12 days. But, and totally, completely different versions of how they use that. So that's what writing is, You don't, just because you wrote about 5 elephants, somebody named Jason on Elm Street, doesn't mean you're plagiarizing if your story is completely different. That's just a premise. That's all it is. It's just a premise or just items to put in a story. So that was a challenge. Plagiarizing is if you go and you take lines out of somebody else's story and copy them into your own and call them yours. That's plagiarizing. What I'm doing here, I don't want you rewriting the 12 Days of Christmas. Just go in and take an item or two. And like I said on one example yesterday, the 5 golden rings of Xandor, and make anything out of it. Look at the Olympic deal, talk about rings. They're not gold, but, and Lord of the Rings, when you first start watching that, look how many rings they've got. Well, our minister was here this evening, or late afternoon, and we had communion, and it was so cute. They have two children. They're very young. The one he brought one with him, the little girl. I guess the mother, his wife, had a day, and she was just the one out. So, and he knows I like little ones. So anyway, he brought her along, and she was pretty good. When it came to the communion part, she was pretty good. So it was just enjoyable to see that baby. She's cute as could be. Anyway, and then I talked earlier about this new challenge I have out for writing, and I got to thinking, that the last time I was given the challenge or asked for the challenge from you guys, I got through everybody's except Carla's. I never wrote Carla's because we got to reading Carla's story, and then we got to reading Robin's story, and I had told Carla I would get to hers, I would do hers, and I totally bummed it, and I just now I got to go back and remember. I found the stuff, I really did. I found the stuff, but I don't remember what it was all about. I guess it wasn't about anything except giving you the elements that I wanted, and then you gave them to me, and now it's up to me to write something about those. So that's my challenge, is to get that done. So anyway, and you guys, you remember those little clatter puppet things I made with out of the pipe cleaners with the beads that clatter on the table when the little girl just loved them. She sat there on her daddy's lap and she played with them. Anyway, I think she was more fascinated with the beads and stuff and seeing, and twisting on the pipe cleaners to see how they were put together. But if kids don't have something they can be curious about, my generation, we learned by taking our toys apart and putting them back together. We had the kind of dolls you could take the arms off and put them back. And I know that, horrifies some people, but, it was just, in our generation, it was like, no big deal. So, anyway, but I did get back to, I found Carla's, and this is the one where with Justin's, I wrote Old George. And I remember this was the one with the Latin dance and all of that. So Carla's here. She gave me black lace. The name is Kathy. And she gave me black lace and sequined cocktail dress. And the merengue, which I've got to look that up and figure out how it's danced. I know it's a Latin dance. I just don't know how it's done. And I guess, how did I do that? Is ruby the color? I guess ruby is a color. And the black lace dress is the type of, is the clothing. Yeah, I put in, give me some kind of clothing. Anyway. Tomorrow's another day, and I'll be back. Hasta mañana.